Hey everybody, it's Ron Jackson, and I'm doing a live stream today for my patrons, and also I'm making an announcement that I actually have memberships now on YouTube. So if you want to be a member of my YouTube, it's kind of like my deal with Patreon. Um, I'll give you shout outs if you join my YouTube. Whenever I go live, I can send you little giffies and emojis and things like that, to actually spotlight you. And I'll be doing special live streams and all that kind of stuff for you guys. So, thank you for watching. I'm going to play a couple tunes before we get started. And I'm going to also just show you a couple, that this is for my patrons as well. So you can actually, ask me what I do on my Patreon. It's been really busy. So I try to do like exclusive photos and live streams and all kinds of different things for Patreon, and also music that you get on my website that you can't get. That you have to actually, you don't have to pay for if you're a patron as well. So it's a great thing to do. And also, I'm live on TikTok, so I'm also on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere else. Let me see if I can play this song. It's been a while. This is one of my favorite songs that I used to play a lot. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. And let me see what's going on here. Let me see if there's any questions or comments. You can ask me anything today. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you and on TikTok here and on Instagram. Oh, excuse me, on YouTube. And also LinkedIn and Facebook, of all places. So, it's funny. I started going live on LinkedIn recently. And actually, people are watching my videos up there. Because I'm using StreamYard, which is a great program if you guys ever want to get into StreamYard. You could actually stream to different channels. And this is actually a live broadcast to ask me any questions about anything you want on jazz guitar or 7-string guitar like I'm playing. And so just so you guys know, on YouTube, you could join my memberships as well now. YouTube wanted me to actually start inviting people to become members. So, you'll get little giffies. I can put out shout outs for you. But I'd like to particularly answer questions from my patrons that are watching today. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I'm willing to also answer questions from anybody else too. So if you see my banner here, you can see you can join my Patreon on actually on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, which is my Patreon is actually patreon.com/Ron Jackson Music. Everywhere it's Ron Jackson Music. So please follow me. Let me see if I can answer a couple of questions that I see up here right now on TikTok. I know it's a Saturday afternoon. Thank you, Mark Trio. I'm brilliant. Thanks. I'm trying my best. It's really funny. I went to sleep real late last night as usual as a musician, and then I'm trying to set up for this live stream, and it's really hard, man. I just picked up the guitar and started playing right now, and this is my 7-string guitar right here. It's my Eastman. It's actually my handmade one. It's an AR 403CE CS 7-string. And I had this made in 2012. My first 7-string that I ever owned. So it's a low A. So if you have any questions about the guitar, let me know. Okay, it's a really cool guitar. See that? And what I do usually is when I perform, okay, and play live, I used to bring this out a lot, but I have my other guitar now, and I'm getting another Eastman. That's the stock model that I've used for quite a while. I'm getting a Benedetto made. It's been about a year since I've had that that I have that order in, so it hasn't quite come in yet. So I'm looking forward to having that guitar. So this is a cool guitar, and I still find it pretty hard to play this thing. You can get confused pretty easily if you switch between 6-string and 7-string, my D'Angelico here. So let me play you another song in a minute. Let me answer for a couple of questions first, though, before I do. Let me see who's up there watching right now that's asking questions right now on TikTok. Someone's asking me, play blues. What type of strings do you use? The low string sounds like a bass string. It is a bass string. So this gentleman's asking me what strings I use. I'm asked that question all the time, everybody. So let me show you the strings I'm using. So I use a bunch of different strings, everybody. Look, I have a whole bag of strings here. So let me pull this bag out. And I think I should have those strings in here. So when I'm playing my 6-string, I usually use these Tomastic George Benson ones. Now I use, just so you know, I use 14s on my first string. And so does George Benson. He doesn't use light strings. And so this is the George Benson one, but that's for my 6-string guitars. Okay, but what I did recently, I'm playing these La Bella jazz tapes, which I should have here. I'm always losing them. Let me look in this bag here, but I should have my La Bella jazz tapes in this bag. So here's the different types of strings I have here. So for my steel string guitar, I use these plectrums from Tomastic as well. They're kind of flat wound steel string ones. Let me see if I can find those La Bella jazz tapes in here, though. Those are the ones. Oh yeah, this is the one. Oh no, that's not the one. I can't find them right now. But let me find the packet for you. So I use La Bella jazz tapes. Okay, I wanted to show you the cover to show you the gauges. Oh, here it is, right here. Here's the La Bella jazz tapes. Look at this. So these are 14 to 79 wound. So this is a wound 7th string here. So it is a bass note. It's actually the same pitch as the 3rd string of a 4-string bass, acoustic bass or electric bass. Okay, and on a 5-string bass it would be it would be the 3rd string. Okay, so look at this. These are really cool. And if you open the pack, I should open the pack because the strings will come out, but you'll see that. Well, you can look carefully. This is a round wound 79 string. Okay. Pretty thick. And you hear that pitch is tuned to a low A. So this is A, E, D, G, B, A. Oh, sorry. E, A, D, G, B, E. So standard tuning, okay? So that's a really cool sound. And I use different strings for different kinds of guitars. So I have all these types of strings depending on the guitar I have, you know. Let me see if I can show you a couple other strings that I use. I use mostly Tomastic, but it depends on the guitar. Like I use Elixir. I have a deal with Elixir. I put them on my solid body guitars, and I usually use 10s on those because the solid body guitar is weird to put like a heavy string. To me, it's weird to put a light string on an arch top. To me, it should be heavy strings because it's a bigger guitar and a bigger sound. You get a bigger sound when you use actually bigger strings too. You have less reliance on the amplifier. So I think it's very important to do that. So let me answer a couple more questions, and I'm going to play a couple more songs. So today's, anything that you want to ask me, let me know. And also, this is about joining my memberships on YouTube. If you want to be a member on YouTube, you could join now, and I'll give you special shout-outs when I go live and comments, and I'll give you, there'll be some special videos I'll be showing you guys. And it's a lot of stuff to keep up with the social media stuff, but I'm trying my best, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good? So let me go to the next thing here. What type of strings you use? Okay. Awesome, brother. Thank you. Let me keep going here. Let me ask you some questions on the bottom here on TikTok. You can pin comments now. Oh, have a good day. Cool stuff, man. Thank you. Everybody, if you're watching this, on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, and on LinkedIn, please share this video with everybody. Share my live stream so we can get some more people here to get a crowd going, okay? I've had like 7 or 8 people watch at the same time on YouTube, or actually, it's a mixture of YouTube and everything, so, it'd be great to see some other people watching today. Let me see. I'm going to play another song before we keep going on my 6-string. So let me see if there's other questions here before we keep going. Okay, good. Someone asked me to play the blues. I can play the blues. I'll play it on my 6-string now. Watch this. So I'm going to pull out that was my Eastman. So let me pull out my 6-string D'Angelico that I got from D'Angelico. I'm a D'Angelico artist. It's a really great guitar. This is the D'Angelico XL1, XL1, okay? And just so you know, guys, you can pick this up at my store on Amazon, but you won't be able to get you can get a D'Angelico on my store, but the problem is, I found out, since they put me on their artist page now on D'Angelico, they don't make this anymore, which is kind of weird, I thought. But it's a great guitar, actually. So this has a really great sound. I have the same type of strings on there as I had on my other guitar, on my 7 string. So let me play you a song here. Someone wanted to hear some blues. Let me see something here. Here's a Wes Montgomery song, okay? Yeah. So that was The Thumb by Wes Montgomery, one of my favorite kind of, bluesy jazz blues songs. Um, Let me see. Let me pin a comment right here, Mark. Let me pin your comment. Thank you, Mark. And Mark is really cool. And how do I pin comments? That's a new thing here on TikTok. So anyway, let me answer a couple questions here. Thank you, Mark, for listening. And let me see these other questions. That was outstanding. Thank you, Liam. Let me see how do I pin your comment, Liam? Ah, yeah, yes. Thank you. I like that teal guitar. Is that in one of your videos? Yes. This guitar is on a lot of my videos because when D'Angelico saw my social media, they said, we'll get you this guitar and you can make sure you use this on your videos. So I use it on my videos a lot, on my 6-string guitar videos, because I play 7-string mostly, but I do play 6-string because most of you do not know how to play 7-string. So, and I'm still working on the 7-string too, and the 6-string. But just so you guys know, once you learn how to play 7-string, you still can play 6-string. That's the whole thing. It's the other way around. So I suggest, I'm trying to get a lot of my fans and friends and patrons and everybody to actually learn how to play 7-string, because there aren't that many of us that are around, and they're really hard to find. If you want to get a 7-string now, you have to get like a real guitar maker, like some people that I know that make 7 strings. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to be getting a guitar now from Wilkie Guitars. They're making me one. They're a Canadian guitar maker, so I will tell you guys about that guitar when it comes out. Okay, so let me see. Let me answer some more questions here. Now, if there's any questions or comments on YouTube, please let me know. And if you're enjoying this show, please, I think on TikTok you can give me gifts and all the other cool stuff. And on TikTok and on YouTube and everything, there's super chats and all that other stuff, and you could join my memberships, of course. So let me see. Let me keep going here. Some boleros. Can you play the teal guitar? What's that? I don't know what that is. A great company as well. I love them. Getting ready for a gig while listening to you. I inspired to have your talent. Oh, trying my best, my friend. Thank you, Liam. Play a spicy tritone subline, please. Oh, I could do that. Why does soloing in C-sharp minor work over A and E? That's a good question too. C-sharp minor. Oh, that's interesting. It could be a C-sharp. Let me ask. Someone's asking me to play a spicy tritone substitution line. Well, tritone substitution, everybody, just so you know, this is excuse me. This is Mr. Caleb Michael Gordon. Mr. Caleb Michael Gordon. A tritone substitution line is basically altered. So, like I was in the key of G, okay. It's very simple. If you think of simple things to use on guitar that sound really complicated, one of the things I like to do is, like, if I'm playing a G7, to play a tritone substitution, that would be a D flat 7. Okay, so that's a tritone away, which is like 1. It's 3 whole steps away. 1 whole step, 2, 3 whole steps away from the root. Okay, so if you played, let's say you're playing a tritone substitution of a G, you would actually play a D flat 7 chord. Okay, and to play a cool line, I would actually think of that also as this D flat is going to a C chord. Okay, so this tritone substitution is actually a Lydian dominant scale, which comes from melodic minor. It's a quick explanation. Now, that's actually an A flat melodic minor scale, which is actually like a G altered scale. Okay, which is a D flat melodic minor starting on the 7th degree, but on the D flat it starts on the 4th degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, so it's on the 4th degree of the A flat melodic minor. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now altered. So one of my favorite lines on the tritone substitution on a G chord is this. I'm just really playing like an A flat minor arpeggio. A flat minor, like a 2-5, A flat minor to a D flat 9, and then playing an arpeggio from the minor 9. They go down the scale of the A flat melodic minor, hitting the G. Sounds really cool, but I'm not playing anything really fancy. But to be able to do that is hard enough. I'm just running up the scale basically. So so when I started with Pat Martini, he would do things like this. He would play around the A flat minor for the tritone substitution. I mean, it's symmetrical, so you can even do diminished, this is just a diminished scale, half whole, half, which is 1 fret, then whole step is 2 frets. You can do play it on the same string if you want. But I usually do it across, it's easier. You use the same fingering for that. So that's a tritone substitution lick. Okay? Now, let me keep going here. I know it's your Saturday afternoon. It's a beautiful day wherever you're at, in most places. If you're in the Caribbean, not right now. I heard there's like a tropical storm flooding everything. So that's a great question. Why does C sharp minor work over A and E? That's a good question. Just so you know, C sharp minor could be two different things. It could be Phrygian over in the key of A. Just so you know. So just so you know, a C sharp minor over in the key of A is actually a Phrygian scale. It's basically the major scale starting on the 3rd degree. Which comes from the Spanish Phrygian sound. Now, if you thought of the key of E to the C sharp minor, it's the relative minor. So you play the Aeolian scale there, which is the 6th degree of the major scale in the key of E. So you got to remember, everybody, your minor chords and particularly your minor chords can mean anything. There's so many different minor scales that you could actually play any kind of minor scale, but you have to really know your scales, all your modes, your harmonic minor, your melodic minor, and your major modes, and be able to play different kinds of scales that you want. Now in jazz, we typically play, Dorian most of the time on our minor chords, but we play harmonic minor, all kinds of different things. So you have to really know your different minor scales on a minor chord. So that could mean so many different things, a C sharp minor, not only in those 2 different keys, okay? Now, Scott, John McLaughlin picking is interesting to compare to Frank Gambale picking. That's a great comment, actually. Let me pin this comment. So that's Sat 12. Just so you know, I mean, Frank Gambale uses sweep picking, and John McLaughlin picks every note. And I used to go see John McLaughlin play a lot. I've seen Frank Gambale play, and they play completely different techniques. Like John McLaughlin is just like, it's like. I mean, really, like every note picked, and it's really like it's interesting. I think he has more attack on the electric than on the acoustic. He gets a better sound to me. I mean, I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm just saying, to me, it sounds less brittle on the acoustic guitar when he picks every note. So I mean, Pat Martino used to pick every note. I used to stay with him, and Frank Gambale used to sweep picking a lot, like. That kind of stuff, sweeping. You know, and he does that with lines. He'll do that. He does these interesting things with lines. You know, so you know, it's really, he'll do things like that with his sweeping Frank Gambale. In my case, that's a great thing to say. Mention Scott. Oh, is it Sat 12? Just so you know, let me see. Oh yeah, someone's asking about Coltrane minor pentatonic. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm working on that right now myself. I need to work on that stuff more. That's a great question. I'm gonna show this next. Um, so right now, when I play guitar, I do a combination of sweeping, picking every note, and legato, and that's called economy picking. That's how I play, because I like to. And George Benson tends to play like that too. You know, so I'll do like things like, I can't play every note. I can, but it's like it sounds so different. Watch. Now I'm playing every note, which I can do, but I like to do it. I like to make it legato. I'll do a hammer on and a pull out. Like this. Watch this. I'm picking every note, or I can go like this. Or I can do a pull out. Or hammer out. So it sounds smoother to me, and I'm used to playing like that more. So when I'm playing really fast, I'll do that more than instead of picking every note like John McLaughlin. Or I'll do sweeping too as well. I'll go like this. See, I'm using my left hand a lot. So it sounds smoother. I did a whole lesson about that in Acoustic Guitar Magazine. It's also my new book with them. Different kinds of picking styles that they have that just came out. So that's a great question. So everybody on YouTube that's watching, you know, I have memberships now, so I'll do shout outs for you if you join my memberships, okay? And I have to make a big announcement video about that. I'm going to try to record that today or tomorrow, okay? An announcement video about my YouTube memberships, okay? And YouTube encouraged me to do that. And also, this is for my patrons, so I usually answer these questions for my patrons on Patreon, which is at Ron Jackson Music. So everybody, please share my video everywhere, my live stream here, and you know, so they can watch what we're doing. You can ask me any kind of question today you want. So someone was asking about Coltrane pentatonics. So you know where you get this Coltrane pentatonics? It's from this book. Look, everybody. This is called Melodic Structures. Now, Melodic Structures by Jerry Bergonzi. I got this book when I've been studying with Mike Stern, and this is what he plays on guitar himself. And basically, the Coltrane pentatonics are just playing, instead of playing like a full scale, there's a bunch, I mean, you know, it's pretty heavy. I can't just explain it in 5 minutes. But, so if I'm playing like, let's say I'm playing an A minor chord, I can play 1, 3, which is 1 flat 3, 4, 5, and then only 4 notes though, okay? Now, those pentatonics, just so you know, everybody, there are 24 permutations. So I can go 1 flat 3, 4, 5. I can go flat 3, 4, 5, 1. Or I can go 1, 5, 4, 3. I mean 1, 5, 1, 5, flat 3, 4. I mean, or there's so many ways to do that. And then you could switch octaves. So you could take those, you could transpose them up at half steps. There's so many ways to do that. On the guitar, it's hard. You could go like this. play every. So I'm just playing up the scale, but there's just so many ways you can actually do it. Do that pattern. You can go backwards, or see the. So I mean, just there are 24 permutations. He actually shows you in this book all the permutations. Also, you can do 1, 2, flat 3, 5, or 1, 2, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 5, which is like the Coltrane way of playing like this. Watch, I do that a lot. I play giant steps a lot. I go like this. This is 1, 2, 3, 5. But on the minor, I play flat 3. So this is 1, flat 2, flat 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. This is giant steps. And that's how Coltrane played actually on that on giant steps. But you don't have to play exactly like that. You can mix it up. You can go. See what I'm doing? I'm playing backwards now. So see, I'm playing through the Coltrane changes of giant steps right now, using that kind of pattern. You can mix them up. Oh, so. So anyway, etc. So that's giant steps kind of playing, using those McCoy China pentatonics. It all comes from Coltrane, and you know, it's just a different kind of melodic structure you could use, and it sounds a lot more modern. And you could take those kind of phrases. You could go like this. I can go like. I'm playing that on giant steps right now, but I use that same pattern and went up in halves. This is giant steps. You go. So this is all giant steps kind of progressions with minor pentatonic. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Mark says, "Hi Ron, thanks for sharing the love. Would it be possible to share some copying workouts?" Okay, sure, I can try to do that. That's Mark on LinkedIn. So everybody, if you really want to get some in-depth lessons, you know, DM me, Ron at ronjacksonmusic.com. Send me a message or email by email, or join my memberships, or join my Patreon. You can get all these cool lessons like that. Let me see what's going on right now on TikTok. I have a lot of messages now. Boulder Babes. Hey, Boulder Babes. Yeah, but what does that mean technically? Why like add the minor? What's your favorite anime? That's a funny question. Pentatonic. Blue scale adds minor third to a major pentatonic. Yeah, someone's saying about the blue scale. The blue scale is actually, let me just get something water here. Actually, coffee. So the blue scale, everybody, just so you know, is a certain scale that they teach you in college. But the blue scale has a lot of notes in it. So a lot of guitar players play minor pentatonic to substitute for the blues, because it's easy to play the minor pentatonic on the guitar too, physically. So when I'm playing minor pentatonic, let's say A minor, everybody knows A minor pentatonic on the guitar. And most guitar players can play it here, but a lot of guitar players that don't know the guitar neck as well as they should, or should know. I have all these on my website. There are 5 fingerings for the minor pentatonic. You can get this on my website for a couple of dollars. Go to ronjacksonmusic.com, and it has all 5 minor pentatonics that go like this. Those are all 5 minor pentatonics in the key of A minor. Now, that's the minor pentatonic. Everybody associates that with the blues, but the blues has a lot more notes to it. The blues is really is just, to me, is really, it's a sound, but it's using the minor pentatonic scale, okay? And what I do is this. The blues literally is one. There's an extra note, okay? They say in college, theory. This is one flat 3, 4, 5 flat 7, 1 for the minor pentatonic. Then you add this note: 1 flat 3, 4 sharp 4, or flat 5 they call it. Then 5 flat 7, 1. Yeah, I mean, you put that blues note in there. So that's how you get the blues scale. So it's that scale: 1 flat 3, 4 flat 5 or sharp 4, 5 flat 7, 1. So this is all theory, but in every key, when you put the numbers, you could actually transpose to any key the notes. So in the key of A minor, if you don't know the names of the notes on the guitar, it might not be easy, but it's A, C, D, D sharp or E flat, E, G, A. Okay. Now, when I'm playing the blues, though, I throw these extra notes in. I might put this note in there, or this note, like this F sharp here. So the blues scale is not just one like scale that you play. You can add extra notes. I hear a lot of rock, like old rock licks. So you put these extra notes in there that are not in the scale, like the second note of the scale, or the sixth note. So the blues scale can be many different things. Okay, let me see. Hold on, let me go here. Someone said something really interesting. A, B. Let me see. Ron Jackson, in the Coltrane song "Wise One," he uses a special type of pentatonic. Oh yeah. So Sat 12. So this pentatonic. Remember, a pentatonic can be in any kind of 5-note scale, just so you know. So this pentatonic, to me, this is actually, you know what that scale is? That's a minor 6 chord pentatonic. Okay. So Scott, Sat 12 mentioned this song called "Wise One." He uses special pentatonic, which is A, B, C, which is 1, 2, flat 3, 5, 6 in the key, which is a minor 6 chord. Now remember, a 5-note scale can be any note you want to make. But what I was talking about before was not pentatonic. I was just doing 4 notes, a 4-note pattern, which is a lot of things that Coltrane did. And I forget, there's a special name for it. I can't recall offhand. A 4-note scale. I'll have to look that up again. Actually, Jerry Bergonzi probably mentions it in here, but I don't remember the name now. But it's in this book here, 4-note groupings that Coltrane did. And I'll have to look it up later, but we'll figure it out later. Okay, 4-note 2. So that's a cool pentatonic. So that's very common for me to play too as a jazz musician too. That 5-note kind of scale. So if you did a major, it would be like this. You know what that is? That's actually just a regular. That's a different kind of pentatonic, but it's not the same one. He's taking the major pentatonic and making lowering the third. That's interesting. It's a major pentatonic with a flat dropping with a 6. So that's a really interesting thing you told me. I learned something new from you today, Sat 12. So let me keep going here. Let me answer some questions here. How? Buddy Guy, follow the host. What's the difference between the regular scale and the blues scale? Just so you know, the blues scale is more of a modal scale. The regular scale is a major scale. I think that's what you mean. So the major scale is this scale. Like a C major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, so, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, and then a minor pentatonic is like do, mi, and then it has fa, fe, then sol. It's you taking the major scale, you're lowering it, making it a minor, making it a 5-note scale, and depending on passing tone between the 4th and 5th. So that's actually the blues scale, they say theoretically, but the blues scale has even more notes than that to me. Okay, the blues is really a sound, like, and it's also a feel, not only a scale. Okay, so let me see. Ron, switching from nylon to electric in a music slope, where would you start? Oh, that's a good question. So, I play all the guitars. I have a nylon here. So, I don't think it's a slump to play a nylon to electric or anything. You should be able to pick up any guitar and get a good sound, everybody. So, I learned that years ago. So, like, let me get my nylon out here. So, this is my D'Angelico XL1 that they don't make anymore. If you go on the D'Angelico website, you'll see my picture, and they say this guitar is discontinued, so I'm lucky to have this guitar. I don't know why they discontinued it. It's a great guitar. So let me pull out one of my guitars here. Here's my nylon string. Let me grab it real quick. So I don't think it's a slump. I think it's great to be able to pick up any guitar. I have my little damp it in here. So look at this. I'm gonna plug this in. So you should be able to pick up any guitar and make it sound good, or try to make it sound good. So here's my my Cremona nylon string guitar here that I endorse. I'm a Cremona artist, and if you're interested in getting one of these guitars, contact me. I can get you a good deal. So for example, I don't think it's a slump to be able to play like a nylon from the electric. You should be able to. It's a different guitar. So so I love these guitars, Let me see if it's in tune. So this is a 7-string nylon, everybody. Look at this. So I use my fingers and my pick, which is, I use all kinds of different styles when I'm playing, so I like to use my fingers sometimes. Of course, I need to practice more with my fingers. This is a 7-string nylon. So I'll let you use a pick too, like John McLaughlin. that's a nylon string guitar. So I don't think playing between nylon and electric is a bad idea. I also have my solid body over here, and I like to switch between that too. So Seth mentioned a Jimmy Page sometimes used a 9-note scale. That's interesting. You know, Jimmy Page was one of my favorite guitar players actually growing up, and actually still one of my favorite guitar players. I was watching something about him recently on YouTube. You know, so I mean, Jimmy Page, he's a great guitar player. He was a great session player. One of my faves. You know, let me see. Let me answer some more questions here, and let me put this up. Let me pin this comment. You can get my downloads, everything on my you can get all kinds of cool things on my website at ronjacksonmusic.com. And please join my Patreon so you can get some free lessons, physical lessons, and cool things behind the scenes as well. Okay, and it's patreon.com/ronjacksonmusic, and follow me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music, everybody. And let me see if I can answer some more questions right now. Yes, we were doing theory today. Yes, howdy. Good to see you guys. Boleros. Let me go back to the bottom here. There's a lot of people watching me now on TikTok. Sounds amazing. Thank you. Try my best. Beautiful. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, rhythm and blues is hard to define. Yes. Picking acoustic guitars are different than electric. Yes, you're right. See, you should be able to, I mean, one of the things I learned, I'm going to do a TikTok or Instagram about this, is that you should be able to pick up any guitar, no matter how crappy or good it is, and make it sound good. It's not the guitar that sounds good, everybody. It's you. It's your touch. So I try to learn how to pick up any guitar, no matter what kind of action, no matter what kind of strings, no matter how old, and make it sound good, because it's all about you. It's you that makes it sound good. It's not the guitar. Everybody thinks it's a guitar. I mean, I've seen George Benson pick up like a Stratocaster, and he doesn't, you know, he plays usually like a jazz guitar like this back here. And it's amazing that he actually can pick up any guitar and make it sound good. It's all about your playing. So you could use your fingers. I mean, George does both. He does his thumb, his fingers, his pick. You'd be surprised. So the most important thing is you got to practice a lot and be part of the instrument. It's got to be part of you. And I realize that sometimes I've been doing so much stuff on social media and all this that one thing I haven't been doing as much as I'd like to is practice. So I'm trying to make myself practice. And when I pick up the guitar, I have to be really focused. Oh, yeah, let me see. Someone asked me on YouTube, real quick. Mark, I forgot to ask you, what's possible to share some copying workouts? Hey, Mark, just so you know, I have some cool voicings on my Instagram, okay? On my website. So go to my website store, ronjacksonmusic.com. Look at my store, and I have some cool things. But copying workouts, the best thing for copying workouts, Mark, is I have like a whole lesson about comping, different comping styles, okay, on my Patreon, and because it's kind of short to do it here, but one of the things you could do is like take a jazz standard and just do one rhythm through the whole song like this, like the Charleston rhythm. So if I'm playing like There Will Never Be Another You. So I'll go like this. I'll do like. Now, comping is not only about chords, it's about rhythms too. So you should be able to play like, one good thing to learn about comping, Mark, is this. You should be able to play like 2-note voicings of every chord when you're playing a 7th chord, which is the 3rd and 7th, on an E flat. So I'll play through the chords like this. To keep that rhythm going through the whole song, even without the bass line, I'm playing the bass line so you can hear what the bass note is. That's a good copying workout, for example. See how I'm using? With comping too, it's really complicated because I'm using my pick, or just my pick, or my pick and my fingers, which is hybrid picking, or I can use my fingers. Watch this. Actually, fingers are the most ideal because you have more control. Actually, let me see something like a new comment here. Yeah, look. So that's a good copying exercise, everybody. Doing the bass line and playing all that together. Now, so go to my page, Mark, and check out my copying lessons and stuff. I gotta put some more up actually this weekend about that. Now, so Sat12 mentioned Mike Stern and Julian Lodge for using Telecaster for jazz. Great point, Sat12. Just so you know, I've been studying with Mike Stern and recently. And the reason why Mike Stern, I don't know why Julian does that, but the reason why Mike Stern uses a Telecaster because it's hard to control the sound of like an acoustic jazz guitar if you want to rock out. You can't turn it up. It starts feeding back. So I just saw Fareed Haq. He's a great guitar player out of Chicago. He had a guitar made where a hollow body that has like anti-feedback properties in it that tries to maintain the acoustic sound. So that's why Mike Stern uses it. But I love Mike Stern. He's one of my favorite guitar. And so is Julian. I love Julian Lodge. He's one of my favorite guitar players. So great comment. So everybody, I'm going to be going soon. I've been on here for an hour, so thank you. Let me just see if I can answer a couple more questions. I have to get going with my day. But this was Ask Me Anything. This is usually for my patrons, but I invite the public so they can join my Patreon account. And you can be a member of my YouTube channel now. I just started memberships about a week ago. I have to put a special announcement video about that. So you can be a membership on YouTube. You can join my Patreon at Ron Jackson Music. Follow me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music. Please share this stream with everybody. I appreciate you guys. And, yes. And, Sat mentioned Go Down Guitars. I used to be a Go Down guitar endorser. I have so many guitars, I sold it. But I need to get another Go Down. I'll have to talk to them again. So, remember, everybody, you can never have enough guitars. I'm just kidding. People think, I'll drive people crazy if I do have too many guitars like that. Let me just answer a few more questions. Can you give me lessons? Sure. Someone's asking me lessons. Remember, contact me. If you want lessons, just go to my website. You can go to my website and purchase lessons. If there's any questions, just contact me. Go to ronjacksonmusic.com if you want to study with me. And, I have students from all over the world that study with me, so please, contact me. And, we'll put the link up here in a second about lessons if you want to take lessons. Let me see some other questions. How much do D'Angelico guitars cost? So just so you know, go to my Amazon store. D'Angelicos range from like $800 to a couple $1,000, but they're worth it. If you want to get a really great guitar, then it's going to be like pretty expensive, like thousands and thousands. But you can go to my Amazon store, which is amazon.com/store/Ron Jackson Music, and I have Amazon guitars there. D'Angelico guitars there for sale. Okay. Yes. So yes, you're right, Sat12. You can make a solid body acoustic guitar sound like a with a piezo. It sounds almost like a real acoustic guitar. So let me see. How much do D'Angelicos cost? Capitol Holt. Yeah, Minor has a sad feel. That's a great. What an easy to remember chords. What's the easy way to remember chords? At least my favorite thing to play on the guitar. Well, the easiest way to learn chords is practice. Everybody, no matter what, all these great players that you see everywhere, what do these guys have in common? They practice a lot. So to get to my level or to any level of guitar playing, you have to practice. And there's no way around it. Unless you're a genius, which I think maybe, I don't know how many percent of the population is like a genius, like a piece of sand or something. So we all have to practice. So, learning chords, that's just a whole different thing. I'll just give you a suggestion. Learn all your open string chords, all of them, because they all become bar chords, and they also call that the cage system too. So if you really want to learn chords, you have to practice. Make sure you know all your open string chords. And favorite jazz standard to play? Oh man, I don't have one. There's so many of them. Yeah, but does that technically okay? What's your favorite anime? Okay, let me answer a couple more questions. Now I gotta go. Um, First bass guitar gig FOs. Oh, okay. Hey Ron. Hey, thanks. Oh, this Robert Poe. It's great to see you, man. So let me see. Let me go down here. Let me go down here. I'm trying to get my open string. Sounds amazing. Thank you. So everybody, thank you very much for watching. Remember to join my Patreon and my memberships on YouTube, and follow me everywhere if not. And go to my store for any lessons you want. And so I'd like to thank everybody. I hope you learned some new stuff today and some old stuff. And the most important thing is practice, practice, practice. Okay? I could talk to you all about this, but if you don't practice, what happens? Nothing. Okay? And I really appreciate you guys, and for following me and being my fans. Everywhere I walk down the street now, practically almost every day, I meet somebody that follows me on the street. So I was on my way to Birdland here in New York City on Wednesday to see my good friend Frank Vignola playing there with his band. He's a great guitar player, and so when I parked my car and I walked out the car, this guy said, "Hey man, you're Ron Jackson." Yeah, I said, "Yeah, I follow you, man. Can I get a picture?" I said, "Sure." I told him, "Send me the picture." So it's amazing what all the people you meet. So let me see. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night. We'll talk, okay? And thanks for all the great comments and everything from Sat 12 and everybody else. Have a great day, okay? Bye-bye. We'll see you guys soon.